Hey guys, we're live. So I'm going to put a disclaimer on this live, like right off the bat. I am camping with my family this weekend. That's why you girls got no makeup on. I look like a fucking hog. My hair is a mess. I'm terribly sunburnt, clearly. And I'm going to try to keep this to an hour faithfully so that my family doesn't disown me afterwards, because I do need to actually get back to the campsite. But yeah, so we're going to talk about some things today. As always, I have, what the hell are we even calling you now? Sergeant Doofy. I don't even know what we're calling you now. Yeah, Sergeant Doofy's on the board running the sound and things like that.
What's up, guys?
We'll put the link in the comments because we don't obviously have anyone on the panel right now, which is cool. So I'm seeing what everybody else is talking. So thanks, Doofy. Yeah, no makeup and a bad sunburn. Both of those things are happening. Yeah.
You still look hot.
No, I don't. I know, but it's okay. This is me in my most natural state. This is me, just what is it? Hashtag no filter. That's me. Oh, Sugar loves Doofy.
She always has.
It's a beautiful, beautiful relationship. I am looking uglier than normal. I agree with you, Justin Emo Howling Wolf, who is obviously not the original 2010 Justin Emo Howling Wolf, because he's too busy threatening to kill himself in a year. Did you see that, Doofy?
Yep.
Yeah. Did you see that? He's like, because of you trolls, I'm going to kill myself sometime within the next year. Like, I have planned vacations with less notice.
Yep. He's got pink fingernails.
I like his pink fingernails. I got nothing against that.
Well, he's got better fingernails than you do.
Yeah, he does. Seriously, I am a hot mess today. It's like ridiculous. But yeah, so, oh, you guys are so nice. I don't need a powder makeup. I do. I'm old and, decrepit. But thanks, guys. That's nice of you. So I did want to go over the rise of the Moors, because I put out a video, and I am the first one to admit this. That was a subpar video. I was not proud of my work there. I cobbled some clips together and didn't give much context. I think somebody in the comments of that gave it like a C. Fake emo. I agree. I wouldn't be able to watch me either, but you are definitely distracting me right now, so knock it off. Like, leave it in the actual comments. They last longer too. More people can see them.
Just come and slap the piss out of you.
We don't condone violence on this show unless it's Doofy. Yeah, so I cobbled this video together. It wasn't great. Somebody in the comments gave it a C, and I concur. Oh, thanks, Ed. Ed gave us $5 for my makeup and sunburn lotion. I appreciate it. I really am going to need sunburn lotion, though, because, I am pasty, and this is going to hurt in the morning. But, yeah, so, I put it together. It definitely, I think, highlighted some of the things that are concerning about the rise of the Moors, but it didn't really give a lot of context. So what I want to do is I'm going to replay that video again, and then we're going to go through and give it some context. I put the link in the chat so that we could screen share it. So give me that look, Doofy. And Justin Emo Howling Wolf says, CFW is 100 years old and looks 20 times better. Yes, I agree with that. I've always said, for her age, 55, I am not going to age like that. And we are going to talk about CFW too, because there's been some nonsense transpiring with that, that whole thing. I've had very mixed feelings. Ooh, I can hear that.
My bad.
The summer is such a shit show for this stuff. We're always busy.
I'm sorry, fucking up, right?
Oh my gosh, do we have 2 fake Justin Emo Howling Wolves in the comments right now? We do. Yeah. If you're the real Justin Emo Howling Wolf, blink twice. Oh, somebody's dripping for Doofy. That's nice. Well, Mitch is busy. We still have some moisture in the house.
Yeah, I just fuck everything up, but still got some love.
No, you got all the love from us. We really do. So, yeah. Okay, good. See, we're getting this clip up. We got it working. So we're going to go ahead and rewatch this video and give it some context this time. That got intense for a minute.
Yo, Osama bin Laden fucking training video, but don't
This marks the 114th day today. So we're way past 70 days by 70 days. Then they scheduled it 2 more months ahead of time, which also is further violation. And also, so you know, I posted the prosecutor's house and the judge's law firm, just so you know that the judge is practicing law firm. And just in case anything happens to
I'll be
us,
pausing 2
these are the
seconds.
people that are involved, and this is where they live. Because we already put them on notice. If you've seen the recordings from last time.
All right, so we'll pause here for a minute. So that's the first thing that I really wanted to point out with this whole thing. So if you listen to him, and it's hard to hear because he's in public, blah, blah, blah. But he says, I put the prosecutor's home and the judge's law firm out there. So if anything happens to me, these are the people. And then he pauses and goes, that's where they live, right? So right off the bat, this is Jamal Latimer, otherwise known as Jamal. I don't even, Bay is the last name that he's taken. There's a lot of Arabian sounding things in between there. I don't know. But Jamal is going to court right now for obstruction and disorderly stemming from an incident. And, he's been looked at by the FBI at this point for a while. So he's going to court. And he is upset with the outcome of his court dates, mainly because it hasn't wrapped up. Jamal also, because he's a sovereign citizen, files constant frivolous motions that are just nonsense. So he's actually slowing down his own trial, but he's too fucking stupid to realize it. So at this point, he is upset that he's not getting a speedy trial. And for some reason, he's decided that 70 days is it. And that if you go over 70 days, that you have to have your case dismissed, which is not accurate at all. And again, I know it's fucking dumb. But not only does he think that, he's not realizing that he's actually slowing down his own trial. So he's upset. And his reaction, one of his reactions to this, is to go ahead and release the addresses of the prosecutor and the judge involved with this case. And obviously he stops himself from saying these are the people. I would assume that the word that he was going to put there that he then, retracted and stopped himself from putting out there was responsible, right? So that's not a good idea. That's not a good idea ever. So, I mean, this is the context that I think we're missing here. Is this is a guy who has sovereign citizen ideology. They're what's called Moorish sovereign citizens. Now, Doofy, you understand a little about them, right?
Oh, yeah. They claim they're from Morocco, whatever part of Africa, and they just think that there's a treaty that from the 1800s.
1878.
Yeah, so they're allowed to do whatever the hell they want over here.
So, yeah, pretty much. And once we restart this video, Jamal will actually say this. This is Morocco. They believe that due to the Peace and Friendship Treaty of 1878, the United States is actually Morocco, and that Morocco has been taken over hostilely, and that we are foreign invaders as Americans, so that they are Moroccan citizens, even though they've never been to Morocco, and they identify as Moors, which obviously that civilization no longer exists. That is a dead civilization, but it would be now Morocco. And they fabricate these Moroccan residency documents that mean nothing at all. Now, the Peace and Friendship Treaty of 1878 was a sea trade treaty, essentially. Morocco was actually one of the first countries that recognized the United States as its own country. So obviously they don't think that that they own us or anything like that. Oh, okay, yeah. But yeah, so nobody in Morocco was signing the treaty going, oh, you have our territory. They were recognizing the United States as a country and saying, hey, you can use our seaports for trade. That is what they
basically had to do with piracy.
Yeah, it safe travel. Hi, Mrs. Jarhead.
Yep. Hello.
Yeah, so that's all that it was. It was literally like a sea trade treaty that they have now decided is actually some sort of
free card.
I don't even know how to describe what they think it is. I mean, we have never been a colony of Morocco. That's just never happened, in the history of ever. So it's just really.
Well, they're talking that they're indigenous, which means they were here before the Indians and before anybody else, which is just bullshit.
Yeah, no, it's not accurate. No.
Know what the Moors remind me of? You ever seen Die Hard 3, I believe, when diplomatic immunity
Yeah, right.
reminds me of.
Yeah, no, that's
And
exactly.
the outcome might be the same.
Yeah, it's crazy talk is what it is. So right off the bat, we have some of these just insane sovereign ideologies. He's already threatening and releasing, prosecutors' addresses and judges. And then I guess we'll continue with the video so that we can listen to, some more of this nonsense. Sorry, guys. I know we have other people in the panel. And
Terrence Houlihan Jr. state for the record that we have to deal with the fact that I'm a foreign national before they can proceed, and that's on Rise of the Moors YouTube channel. So you can hear that 11-minute video. I walked into the courtroom, right? I say, "Are you reading my affidavit?" He compliments me on my competency. Then he asked where I got my nationality card. I said Morocco. He said, "Did you go to Morocco? Did they mail it to you?" I said, "This is Morocco." Did not deny it. Come on now. Temple right there. I've seen prosecutors going in there to the back. Portuguese consular parking, so they already know about diversity of citizenship. They already know about diversity of nationality. On the top floor of this building, there's the law library. They have Black Soul Dictionary in there.
Y'all remember when Louis Farrakhan apologized for saying things about Malcolm X that led up to his assassination? You know that the FBI uses things like that to justify murdering people. So it was the atmosphere was the Nation of Islam is against this one guy, Malcolm X, which means the majority of people wouldn't mind if he died. And then guess what happened? He was murdered. By who? The FBI. Farrakhan ended up apologizing for that, for basically setting the atmosphere for that to happen. He took responsibility. So now look what Rami Salam El did. He used the phrase domestic terrorist and then used an image of me with a gun. So in your mind, what are you going to associate me as? That these people ain't going to stop until they look what in the face? Death in the face. So of course, don't carry a pocket knife, stupid, because no one's scared of no pocket knives when they got guns.
We'll pause there, I guess. Right. So gosh. So one thing about Rise of the Moors that is really just like concerning, right, is they actually are building a militia. Now he's talking about Rami El Salam, right? And that guy is a fucking badass, in my opinion. He is somebody who is involved with the Moorish Science Temple, which I guess is like kind of the religious ideology behind some of this Moorish sovereign citizen stuff that, obviously they took and kind of twisted and turned into this. Now, Rami is out here saying like, hey, for the religion, this Moorish Science Temple, which I will admit, I don't know a ton about. I'm ignorant to it seems to be some sort of iteration of Islam. I don't know. But he's saying like, for our religion, like the militia and the firearms and the death and the FBI, paranoia and all that stuff, like this is not part of our religion. Like not okay. This is not what it means to be a Moor. Right now I watch his videos where he's saying like, we're not okay with this on my religious institution that I'm part of. And he's getting eaten alive by people that are essentially saying like, we have to fight for ourselves. So good on him, really. Like I have a lot of respect for Rami El Salam. If that is his real name, I don't really care either way, but for at least saying like, hey, like we should probably not be talking about violent coups against the government. Not a good idea. But this is what he seems to be all about. Jamal, anyway, he really is concerned with the FBI, particularly because obviously they're starting to watch him, because if you espouse a bunch of anti-government sentiments publicly and then build a militia and talk about how you are exempt from all U.S. laws, like that is a really good recipe for getting the FBI involved in your life. Like, so he's just really decompensated since then. He really has. And at least there are some people that are like, hey, like this is not what our religion is all about. So that's cool. But I mean, just the absolute paranoia here is concerning. I don't know. What do you guys think?
The most of the Science Temple has stepped back from the sovereign citizen part and they don't condone it. I mean, they really don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah, they've sent out numerous disclaimers about them because they've been using their name, and they're trying to distance themselves from them because their ideology is completely different to what these idiots are doing.
And, you know, the fact that this guy, Rami, comes up and even says this publicly, and he seems to have at least some sort of history with Jamal, to where Jamal actually, you know, knows who he is and everything. He's getting, like, eaten alive. And I will say, we got some of the most ridiculous comments on a video. Like, I screenshotted some of them and want to read them out loud, because this is the kind of shit that you're dealing with this sovereign citizen more stuff. Hold on. I know that I put them in a convenient place. Okay, yeah. So Zaki Bey, because apparently they're always last name Bey, says this is a slander video.
Huh?
People are slandering them. They are not terrorists. They have every right to.
Hey Ed, you sure you want to talk to me?
What? Oh, okay. They have every right to bear, B-A-R-E.
Up to you.
Arms, and they have every right to protect and train themselves, and they are Aboriginal and indigenous to the land. The United States Corporation Company is a terrorist foreign government occupying Morocco. So that's one. And then, you know, when I said, no, it's not Morocco, it's in Africa, you dumbass, Zaki replied and said, the 1787 Treaty of Peace and Friendship between Morocco and the United States. Also, that's the Kingdom of Morocco. The Great Empire is America, i.e. Morocco. Hi, Mike. No, it's not. That's absolutely not. And then let's see. Otto Bay 13 said, "You know what you are doing. You should feel ashamed of yourselves. You are worse than the media." Like, you know, we literally just cobbled together their own clips.
Yeah, we all
Ice
suck.
Cold Audit. Y'all just pick on people for no reason. One little BS. What are you gonna do? Ice Cold. Call me a porch monkey. Get the fuck out of here.
Ice Cold Audit is a fucking idiot.
Yeah, like how
this guy is an absolute
right now.
Idiot.
Vanilla ice over here.
Yeah, want to talk about picking on people for no reason? I've never thrown racial slurs at a security guard just doing his job. Thanks, you're dismissed.
Hey, you clown.
I just took their own saying from the like that. Come up on panel if you want, Ice Cold. You're more than welcome. Otto Bay 13 just said, wow, you are really just picking and choosing what you want to show. This is insane. There's nothing wrong with you learning how to use a firearm. Post the links to the full video of all the clips you've shown. And honestly, like, we don't have 14 hours for every full clip of everything that I have.
I don't want to be bored to death.
It's not even bored to death. There's just so much crazy there.
I don't want to be bored to death.
Yeah, Ice Cold. If you want to come on. We're discussing Rise of the Moors right now, but very momentarily we can switch gears over to you if that's what you want to do.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Sasha, my love.
Hey, Sasha.
Hi, Boo.
I am happy that you're here. Sorry you got me all. I'm all fired up right now, but
I pick on people that pick on police officers just trying to do their job. I mean, if we want to get technical, yes, I will pick on you.
You want to what?
I said I will pick on people that just harass police officers trying to do their job. I will pick on you. So come here and I'll give you some attention, Boo Boo.
Ice Cold is about to hijack the conversation that we're having here.
Sasha,
yeah.
he couldn't handle you, darling.
We were really talking about sovereign citizens. All right.
He's got shriveled up nuts.
No, let's play that. Let's do this, because we're here because of everybody that watches us. That's the only reason that we even show up. There's 157 people here today. If you want us to continue going over the Rise of the Moors, give us a 1 in the comments. If you would rather us address Ice Cold Audits, give us a 2. So we'll decide that way.
That video made me so mad.
Oh, that's right. They're not just learning about firearms. First of all, they legitimately have an Instagram account called Moorish Militia, where they detail how they plan to, and how they are building this quote unquote militia. Now, one thing I will say is that they are, we'll hold off for a minute. They need a freaking scope on a shotgun. So am I that worried about like precision, sharpshooting here? No, I'm not. Like, how the hell do you need a scope on a shot?
Didn't they march on some park in the South on the
Oh
4th
my
of
gosh,
July?
always the DCYF office. You know what I mean? Like just absolutely ridiculous. You know, the kind of stuff. They're always railing against something. And here's another fun fact about Rise of the Moors. They are buddy with our pals Auditing the USA, Aselmo, and Will Turbot.
Those
So-
guys are hot.
Yeah. So we do have ice cold audit in the back room. I'm seeing a mix of ones and twos, but I don't want to leave the gentleman waiting all evening. So we'll
Let
let
him on.
him speak his piece, then we can always come back to this.
Look at the
How are you?
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. How many times are you gonna say fucking hello?
Doofy's a little on edge tonight, so you have to forgive him. But yeah, clearly you're unhappy with us. Why don't you talk it out?
Okay, well, for once, I ain't prejudiced. I mean, yeah, I said one little word that
One?
yes, one.
You're fucking.
I mean,
Jeez,
And
I
could-
heard something
I could say
different
nigga.
then.
I could say nigga. I'm not saying nigger. Okay, I could say
I
nigga.
would say that given the circumstances of you throwing out these words, that probably neither is appropriate because you weren't talking to your friend, right? You weren't using the lack of the hard R. I'm not going to use the word because I'm white, but like I already did that in a rap song once, and apparently I'm a racist now myself. But you know, this was not like an expression of camaraderie, right? Like you were trying to incite the guy. Is that correct?
Come on,
If you
say
have
no.
then
Snatching the
it's
phone
yes.
out of my hand. Yeah,
You wanted him to fight you. You actually told him to step to the sidewalk and come fight you, right?
yeah, I did.
That's camaraderie. So you were trying to incite him. That's a yes or no question. It's quite
Yeah.
quite the answer, right?
Yeah.
What did he do to you?
Did you see the video?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
didn't want you
Okay.
helping him, and he reacted in a human way. He's not a government employee, but that's neither here nor there. The point being is,
Oh,
you
so it was okay for
hadn't worked
him,
out
but
yet.
I can't
Okay,
say none,
fine.
right?
Not a hard R. Not a hard R. But then you had to throw in the term porch monkey.
Porch monkey.
Mm-hmm.
You don't understand
Oh,
how
that's okay.
Did I say it was okay? The very next
You
day,
said it.
Can I explain myself, or are you just gonna
Yes.
talk over me?
Yep, no, go ahead.
The very next day, when I got up, I came on panel, and I apologized to everybody.
Yeah,
think I'm
it's not everybody.
stupid?
Okay, hold on.
That's not the point. You should be apologizing to the guy you called that to.
Nah,
Not
for
the people
what?
on the
If he's
panel.
the
They
one
don't
that,
give a rat's ass about that. You need to. You and your mates went basically in a gang and ganged up on that bloke, and that's all you're good for.
No,
You can't
no.
operate by yourselves.
Sorry,
You can only
no.
operate in gangs. And
Okay,
you're
Don't get
fucking
me started on Furry
useless.
Garland.
okay,
But
okay.
I understand that one of your explanations was that you were just talking to one person. You weren't talking to the entire race. So that's okay. So Ice Cold, you're Hispanic, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So if I call you a fucking spick, does that mean
I
that I'm not prejudiced?
Well, I'm gonna laugh at you one because I'm not Italian. Do you know that word is for
I'm
Italians?
Italian.
Oh,
Okay.
God, you're an idiot.
My
Then
lord.
you should know
It's
that.
not. It's for Mexican
Okay,
you're right.
okay.
My point is
and Puerto
Okay.
Ricans.
appropriate
Okay.
for me to call you. Whether
Excuse
it's
me?
one person or whether I go to a room of Mexicans, right, and say, "Hey, beaners," it doesn't matter if I call it to. Well, you know what? Listen, don't give me that look, Doofy, because these terms still exist. I don't live under a rock. Just because I don't find them appropriate doesn't mean I don't know they exist, and they are difficult. And the reason I'm throwing them at you right now, Ice Cold, is because I would understand that they would be difficult for you to receive. They would be difficult when you were a Hispanic, but.
Okay.
You are still prejudiced whether you are putting it towards one person or a group of people. That is not.
Listen. I don't mean to cut you off, but listen. I got two black cousins, blood
Who cares?
cousins, two black cousins. My
Who
aunt is
cares?
married to a black guy.
Who
How am I
cares?
prejudiced?
Because
And
you
then
called
I grew
somebody a
up-
porch monkey.
I grew up in a black neighborhood. I
So what?
get along with nothing but black people.
If
So
that's
what?
the case,
And
then you
I-
know that's not your word, because I've lived in plenty of minority neighborhoods and I know.
Shit, I
What?
walked by a black guy
Say that
earlier
again?
today.
Right? When you be like, "What's up?" Like, no, you know, when you grow up, you know that is not your word. You
Look,
don't.
what did you say though?
that.
I didn't hear you.
You don't get to use it.
What did you say? I didn't hear you.
If you truly grow up in
Mhm.
that environment, then you know it's not your word. Don't give it back. You don't use it. You have to give it back. It's not your word, right? It's not okay. And that's just one. That is just the N word without the hard R. I'm not going to use it because I did grow up in poor neighborhoods and I know that's not my word. I'm not going to use it. But then you go ahead and you call him a porch monkey too. Like, what the fuck is that? What is that?
I got a good explanation. He runs with furry potatoes, and
That don't mean
he's only
shit. That don't mean
transsexual when it
shit.
convenience.
I
was
I
talking.
talk for
Had your
myself. I don't
opportunity to
get
talk.
shit
I'm
for nobody.
talking
I
now.
don't try to prove
I'm
anything to
talking
nobody.
now.
Okay.
I'm talking now.
That's
He
fine.
runs with furry potatoes, and furry potatoes is only transsexual when it conveniences him to create a hate crime. All they do is run out and provoke people to
Yeah.
file lawsuits.
Yeah, you're
Period.
right. Oh yeah,
That's the answer.
all the time. That's all we do.
Yeah, that
is.
is all you do. That's all you fucking do.
Okay.
You're not
Okay.
doing. You don't
Look
do
at all my
shit, mate.
videos. Look
Your
at all my videos
Your
and
videos
tell
are a
me
load.
and tell me
Your
and tell me
videos
if
aren't
you can
worth
find
it.
another video of mine. If you can find another video of mine that's racist, I'll take down my channel.
Oh yeah, we heard
And
that.
if not, you guys take your shit down.
Carlin, we've heard
How
that all
about that?
broker.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if your channel's up or not. Let's just
Okay,
be
then.
real.
I'm
That's your
just saying.
business. But
I'm just
that
saying.
doesn't mean that we're not going to call out behavior when behavior is bad, right? Listen,
You
if
could
I
call
go
me
out and
beaner, you could call me wetback, you could call me anything you
I would
want. I don't
appreciate
care.
Ice cold. I would appreciate it if I go out and I start calling people porch monkeys. Please go on YouTube and call out my behavior because that's inappropriate, right?
For what? That's not my business. You could call somebody whatever you want. You think I'm gonna run it? Oh, this person did this. I mean, said this. That person said that to that person.
Wait
Come
a
on
minute,
now.
though.
That's little
How
kid
a
shit.
security guard does his job is your business?
Oh, slapping the phone out of a person walking on the street, smacking the phone out of their hand is good.
You weren't walking on the
You
street.
had to
Well,
show
you
up.
were harassing him.
Yeah. I mean,
you provoked.
you showed up. Let's back it up.
What do you call an audit? What do you call an audit? What do you call an audit?
Not what you do.
Okay.
Not what you
All
do.
right. Okay.
What, you're auditing what? How a private sector employee does his job?
Yeah. How about
No,
coming to
how
your
we
job
hold
and
them
slapping a big
accountable.
in your mouth?
Oh, you know Ice Cold doesn't have
Yeah.
He doesn't have a job.
Why do you have to hold somebody in the private
Stop
sector
fucking yelling at
accountable?
me. I'm not even yelling at you.
Yeah, Mrs. Jarrett.
All right. Okay, mate.
I'm
All
fucking
right. All right.
talking
Let's-
normal.
Let me,
So please
okay.
stop fucking
I'll-
yelling.
Just shut the fuck up for a minute and let me talk. Now I'm going to lay this. I'm going to lay this out for you, and I'm going to lay it out straight to you. You gang stalk. You're still doing your stupid little gang bang, but with cameras now. You're a fucking idiot. And you're hanging out with even bigger idiots. Okay? You're hanging out with Potato. You're hanging out with
If you say so.
You're all shut the fuck up.
You shut the fuck up.
No,
Don't
you
fucking tell me to shut up. I'm being respectful. I wasn't even talking to you. I was talking to Kate.
I wasn't talking to you, obviously, and I told.
Okay, so Doofy just muted everybody. Why are you doing? Just me and Sasha remain. Oh my goodness. No, we don't. I mean, okay, we're having a cool off period here. I guess I'm not in charge of anything right now. All right, we're slowly bringing it.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
No,
I didn't come up here to disrespect you, but I'm getting disrespected.
What have you done to earn the respect, man?
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Kate.
Okay, who are you talking to? It's a panel.
All right, no, we can have a conversation here. So yeah, I mean, obviously we're a little freewheeling on this channel. I can tell you right now that any disrespect that you receive here is more invited than if you were just a security job.
Hey, at least I got bald Kate to come up here and talk and try to talk to you.
Okay, no, you can talk. Right?
Somebody else wouldn't fucking do this.
Hold on, Ice Cold.
They wouldn't do it.
Ice Cold and Sancho. All right. I was under the assumption that you were coming on here to take accountability, ownership, and apologize.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, but they're all ganging up on me, Sancho.
Do you think they have a reason to gang up on you?
A security
guard? They're not letting me talk. They're not
But
letting
didn't
me
you gang
talk.
up on a security guard?
Okay,
We let you talk.
one at a time. One at a time. So let's dial back a little bit. Then we'll rewind. Ice cold. Did you say anything wrong in that encounter, in your opinion?
I already said it. Yeah.
Yeah. So you did you think that you maybe owed the security guard an apology?
Nope. Because okay, I'll tell you this. Before he did that, Kate, we were about to leave,
Oh
and
God!
then
Here
he
we go
comes.
again.
Here I
Ice.
go again.
Excuses.
All right.
All your excuses.
right.
We're about to leave. And
Ice.
Whatever. I'm
You and
done,
I
bro.
both.
I'm done.
You and I both know.
I'm done,
You and I
man.
both. Ice, come on.
I'm done, bro.
You can be done.
You know I'm coming at you from a good place. You and I both know you didn't know what Porch Monkey meant until I told you what it meant. You didn't even know what the word meant until I told you what it meant.
He just left. Now, he just left. Yeah, the point being here is that, like, how much ownership you really take. He doesn't owe the person that he affected an apology. No, that's incorrect, and I hope he does grow from that. Because obviously, the person that you affected is the number one person that you owe an apology. If it was just ignorance of the word, like you were just saying, if he didn't know what it meant, fine. Now you know, but it doesn't mean that you don't still owe some sort of amends to the person that you did affect. And I did hear him saying they were about to leave. We do hear that a lot. Most of the time it's not accurate. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say, okay, maybe Furry and Ice Cold were about to leave, but they didn't leave, okay? Because you cannot control everybody else's behavior in this world. You can only control your own. So just because, sorry, it was always because really, but they did this, like, if you were going to leave, then just fucking leave. You can't control what the security guard does to you, but you can control your own 2 feet. Get up there and walk the fuck away before there's a huge issue.
Hey, Ice Cold.
DSL
Someone who's a
defense.
free thinker does not push by peer pressure. Fake Justin Emo Howling Wolf, you really do play the part of extremely racist, real Justin Emo Howling Wolf very well, but we know that it's not him. Thanks.
Hey, Ice Cold. Just how does it feel to get some of your own medicine back, you little pussy?
You also play the role of a decoy, well, Kate. You are a decoy tonight. Look at you.
A decoy?
Decoy Kate.
What do you mean? Do I look young?
She looks like a minor right now. Like all these predator groups are going to be calling her for some photos. Oh my God.
Woods camping for the week.
$500 for an hour.
$500 for a photo shoot of a decoy Kate.
This is me with no makeup. It really is. It's a disaster. It really is.
All you need is a Slurpee and some teddy bears in your decoy Kate.
I might have that in my car, actually.
You got in my back pocket.
Oh my gosh.
Too much information, Kate.
Trump said this effing show is finally banging again. Trump said, always glad to see you, my friend. I see a lot of people here tonight that I'm always glad to see. It looks like Harry Balls is here per usual. Gary W. Chalk Boy, Fizzy, Baby Love, James. Oh, James says Sancho is the best. He is. And I did get some sun. Yeah, I'm very sunburned. Yeah. Now I did want to talk a little bit about what Abrams did to CFW too.
Ooh, he's so sexy.
Did you say that Abrams was sexy?
Fucking
Me or her? Me or her?
Man boobs.
You see the tits on him?
Oh, him?
Man boobs.
We literally can't have one conversation on this show without immediately going to Josh Abrams' boobs. Like, it's a sickness. High no drawers on. Yeah, I see so many people here that I like. My Two Beagles is here. P-Funk. Murfra, my love, Murfra. Truth Teller. Guys, I'm so glad you're here. But yeah, so CFW.
Piece of shit.
What's that?
Can you all hear me now?
Yeah.
Is it better?
Does
Yes.
he back?
Yeah, somebody's got something going on in the background.
Yeah,
That's
you
really
have
annoying.
major feedback. Hold on, we're gonna drop you down and see if you can fix that. Man, we really did blow over the rise of the Moors. We'll have to get back to that next week, but it's 7:34. I have a little under 30 minutes.
Man boobs.
Yeah, so let's talk about the CFW issue. So, Doofy, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you another link in the chat to this live stream done on our favorite auditor groupie News New England's channel. And we're going to go to the 14-minute mark and listen to what happens to CFW, and more importantly, what Josh Abrams does while it's happening.
Right.
Of all the weekends you want to go camping, Kate, holy shit.
I know.
And no problem.
I sent her a message. You missed so much.
I feel like totally out of the loop with this. So what we're going to do is I'm going to send this link in the group chat that we have on Facebook, and it's at the 14-minute mark that we want to start. And before we even put this up, I'm going to preface it by saying that I'm not actually passing any judgments as to what actually transpired during this, because I don't have the right to. So for all the criticism I have for CFW's auditing, I have none for her home life because it's not my business.
And just be careful. Just be careful with the doxing because it's on there and it's been showed 20 times this morning. So just be careful with the personal information. That's all. I know you already know. Like you're an expert. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, if it's out there, it's out there. Unfortunately, anyway.
It's just you look like a minor, so I'm just reverting to teaching you when I should. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, if it's been out there. It's been out there. But yeah.
Can y'all hear me better now?
Say something else.
I'm gonna blow
Say you
up
love
my
me.
gasket.
Say you love me.
Major feedback
I
on
love
your.
you, Sandra. I still have fucking feedback. No.
It's like humming.
Sancho,
I guess I'm
Sancho,
gonna sit this show out.
You're
No,
okay to
I don't
me.
hear.
Just
I don't hear humming.
Oh, do this. Mute yourself when you have something to say. Unmute, and we'll be fine. Yeah, there we go. All right, so we're gonna play this this video. And again, what I really don't have a ton of interest in what did or did not happen between CFW within her household. What I think we need to pay attention to is what Abrams is doing in this instance.
To his name, so I wouldn't be able to talk shit about him anymore. So maybe I just
Oh.
won't do it. So every single day I can do a segment on how much he sucks at life.
But see, it wasn't taking it took him a long time to take that channel down. So other people went in and did some stuff. I think because
it happened pretty quickly. Because
I did it late last night, like 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the
yeah, and
morning.
it got taken down today. It usually takes a couple of days if they're talking about copyrights or taking down a channel.
Yeah, that's pretty quick. That was pretty quick.
Yeah, that's real quick.
Well, unfortunately, in this whole situation, you have to understand. Eventually, they're going to find out who he is, no matter what. It's going to get out there, no matter what. I think we've all had our information at some point thrown out there. I mean, it's just a matter of time. Now, here's the thing that people don't understand about doxing, and this is what the FBI had told me. Now, if you put someone's information out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you, let's say a nut job decides, I'm going to go do.
Oh God.
Now, here's the thing. Let's say a nut job decides to track you down.
Someone wants to say hi. Someone wants to say hi. Hey, Desert Sentinel.
Hey, it's a
Joshy. Bye. Thanks for your appearance.
Oh.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's say someone decides to take that information that was doxed on the internet, and they decide to come to your house and they decide to say killed an entire family based on that address that was posted on a chat.
Right.
Do you know that that's a crime?
Really?
That is a crime. Not only a crime that you dox somebody's information, but you don't know that some nut job's going to come and do you in. So it is a crime.
Well,
at
the information, well, let's be clear, because that's not entirely accurate.
Yeah.
If the information is public, regurgitating something that is already publicly accessible is not doxing. For example, if someone on here had open court records, I pulled them on here, show their address. It's public record. I'm not doxing. You have to provide that message. I got another number saying that I want to suck dick. You shut the fuck up. We're done with you sucking cock on my show. Sorry about that. We have to provide that information with the expressed intent and purpose of using that information to meet one of two statutes, at least here in Massachusetts. We're only we're releasing that information with the foreknowledge that by doing it will bring harm, either physical or mental, to that person, or we get on here and we release it with the incitation that and we ask people to harass. So just providing information that is not already public, that's already public accessible, is not a crime.
Okay, then why would the FBI say, in the case of Sasha Crane,
Because she was
that if he
asking.
showed up at my house and to do me harm?
Okay, so that's
You know what I mean?
that's my point. She provided your public information and then used it to try and incite harm. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
You're providing your information. Now I've blocked people. One person in the chat tonight that was releasing your personal information. I have the choice to block that. But Sasha did it with an entirely different motives. There was motive behind releasing it. Just releasing it itself is not the motive.
That's me, everybody.
But I'd like to invite El Sancho up here so he can talk to us. Wait, he can't come. He doesn't have a channel. Sorry.
Well, that's one of the reasons I tell people, show up at my house. Go ahead, show up. But I guarantee you two things. I'm going to shoot and then ask questions later.
Oh, dear God.
God.
CFW, are you okay
I have
with being a
extensive
douchebag
target
again?
practice.
I'm good. That's the trolls need to stop like doing stuff.
No, well, it's not the troll's fault that he's a douchebag. I can help him being a douchebag.
Well,
I'll say
he's
one thing. I make-
understandably pissed off because he's been getting phone calls.
Okay, so people are
calling.
calling him and then he's turning around and threatening her. I am not a douchebag because trolls. I am a douchebag because I am a douchebag.
True statement.
Yeah. Won't disagree with that.
I like the
Carolina,
words he makes up.
as your friend, I apologize that you're
Like
having to
incitation.
that. But this is par for the course of what we do. And it's
Of course, I
unfortunate.
know.
And as your new boyfriend, I apologize for him.
Okay. I just don't. That skip tracing shit's crazy. I tell you what.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, under federal law, if the person's a covered person,
Oh my God.
it's a
I can't
federal
listen to
crime.
any-
But
This is just bullshit.
I don't think we're talking about anybody here that's a covered person.
Indie news on the street, you're a
Right.
fucking idiot.
Yeah, it has
News
to be
now,
private
702, you're a fucking idiot. We'll just throw that out
I
there.
got
now.
I don't think he was a cop. He claims he's a cop or an ex-cop.
I am really
Okay, so
happy.
you
Alfred,
can hear her
that you're
husband
covered.
yelling again.
That would be very
mutes.
scary if you weren't covered.
I think CFW's husband needs a hug.
Yeah, I think he needs to come on and talk to us. Maybe we
I
can
get
have
it.
Dr.
Okay. So
I
they just
get it. He's
okay. So
mad.
listen
I
to
get it.
this. So they just swatted us. I think
They what?
they said the police are on their way to the house. So I think there's a SWAT.
There's a SWAT?
I think it's gonna be a SWAT.
You think the SWAT team?
Why? What?
Because he just got messages saying the police are on their way.
Yeah, but do you realize it's also probably trolls, right?
Yeah,
Like,
of course.
The thing is like, so there's something called troll food. Now, a troll will starve if you do not recognize them. But once you open your mouth and talk about what they're saying, you're feeding them troll food. So they do not exist unless you allow them to.
Bullshit.
And in fairness, he was feeding them.
Yeah,
Don't
Okay, right
feed
here, watch
them.
this.
Don't feed them.
You're feeding them.
I don't care.
Stop it!
All right.
You get it one more try.
All right, now
Hey, dude.
Okay,
you
that's
need
the
to
end.
Calm the
She cuts
fuck
out.
down.
So,
all right, so now
What
we
you're
have a
doing
problem.
is you're
Now the
feeding
police
the
ought to be
wrong
on their way.
thing.
Now the police are going to be on their way, and I wouldn't mind not exist unless you allow them to.
right. So shut the fuck up, Josh. So right there,
And in
obviously.
fairness,
Oh.
he was feeding them.
Yeah,
Don't feed them. Don't feed them.
You're feeding them.
I don't care.
Stop it!
All right.
You get it one more try.
All right, now
Hey,
Yeah.
dude,
So that's that.
you need to calm the fuck down.
So that
All right,
is
so now we have a
that has been characterized by News New England and Josh Abrams as
I
CFW
can't hear you.
attacked. Am I muted? No, I'm not muted. Yeah. So I don't know if I would necessarily characterize that as her being attacked, first of all. Obviously, the guy was pissed off. He's claiming that he's getting text messages and calls from numbers, the trolls as they call them. He clearly wants her to get off the internet. In that case, the smart thing to do would be like, get off the fucking internet. Like, your husband is pissed at you. Like, your bullshit has now entered your home, get off the internet. She doesn't. He grabs the phone, fine, whatever. I won't even assess it further than that because it's not my business as to whether or not they have a healthy marriage. But the entire time where this guy's already pissed off anyway, Josh Abrams is there poking at him, right? No?
Oh yeah, he was talking all sorts of shit.
Oh, yeah.
Internet tough guy. Internet tough guy.
The easiest way
He's the
of telling
toughest guy on the internet, but face to face, so.
Right.
The
He
easiest
made it
way-
all about him.
Yeah, he's over here poking and prodding at him, dude. He's a fucking bitch. Josh really likes to fucking egg shit on too and make things worse.
The easiest way of telling what Josh is up to is listen to what he's doing at the time, because he's got his live stream going all the time. Every time he basically goes outside, he's doing something else. He's got a second device floating around somewhere and he's fucking around. Also, you could hear the background noise from the second feed going on. So every time you hear that swing door go, he's up to something and it's not smoking.
And let me be clear with this. And again, I want to say, in the case of CFW, she was involved in calling the police on herself along with other individuals to fabricate a police interaction, which, we later called out. She was upset about that. I stand by that. We're getting the body cam footage. We're going to put that out next week. Well, I should say I have the body cam footage, but I did not have time to prepare it to get it out this week. We'll put it out next week. It's corroborated. That is something that you should be honest about. That is a situation that you are putting into public, Carolyn, and then you have to stand behind honestly. Thanks, Doofy. In the case of her home life, that is something that is not for public consumption. She's not purposely putting it out there for the public, and it's not up to us to scrutinize. But Josh continued to let it anyway, then characterizes it as she was attacked, which is debatable based on what I saw anyway. And then, goes the further step to they actually did send the police to their house. Right? And they made that very clear. Now the police are going to show up. That's not cool. That's not cool.
Kenny Klein TV did a video on him today.
Good. They read both addresses out loud, essentially, and sent 10 cops to 2 different addresses. One of them was in another town that was renters that rented the place at 1 in the morning, got a bang on the door from the police because they gave both addresses and didn't mind sending cops to both addresses. Not just one, both addresses.
Now, I mean, and personally for me anyway, and I have shared this before, I've been in a domestic violence situation myself for several years. So I wouldn't claim to be an expert per se, but I do know it pretty intimately. Seeing something like that, I believe, would merit a personal phone call to make sure your friend is okay. But sending the police over there is just, not only is it inappropriate and invasive, it could be dangerous. You know what I mean? It could be dangerous because he didn't do anything. And if you listen before the stream actually cuts off, his tone is quite calm. He's saying, stop yelling if you yell one more time. And she was muting up. Now, I just don't see why it would be necessary to send all these cruisers over to the house at that point. And then to add salt to the wound, really, go back, rename your stream, and really characterize it as she was attacked. You don't know that. You don't know that. And certainly, if she was, putting it on the internet like that and framing it in that light could put a woman in more danger.
Here's what happened. The mood changed when she got on and says, oh, I didn't know they shut his channel down. I didn't want that. And then Josh was, what do you mean you didn't want that? What do you mean you want that? That's when Angry Josh started, because this was supposed to be a funeral for me. This was supposed to be a celebration. And the mood changed right when she said, well, I feel bad.
Fucking day, okay? They're all liars on that panel. There is not one person that was on that panel that I can honestly say, yes, I think they're a honest, stand-up human being, without being ironic. You know what I mean? They are all fucking liars.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I like how 702 tried to like fight that guy over YouTube.
Right. Listen, like, what the fuck are you going to do talking tough to this guy? He's in Texas. Josh is in Massachusetts. 702 is in Florida. Like, you guys aren't doing fucking shit. You're doing more damage than good. Some friends you are, really.
And now the issue today is, and you know, being in this situation closely, the last thing you want anyone to do is to judge you and tell you what to do. Is that true or false, Kate?
True.
So here's what happened.
I think
here's what
702's
happened
in Vegas.
because CFW didn't agree with what the 702 was saying. She pretty much doxed and showed private text messages and everything on last night's show and says, well, it's your fault because you don't agree with us. You're now the enemy.
Huh.
That is not how you treat someone. Domestic violence is a sensitive subject, and you need to be sensitive when you deal with it. And that is the opposite of what these idiots are doing.
It's not any of our business, though. Her marriage, like, Carolyn, I'm sure you'll watch this at some point because you've seen your fucking name in it and you're a narcissist, right? Like, I genuinely hope that your home life is happy. I'm not just saying that. I genuinely do. If it's not, I'm sorry for you. I've been there multiple times myself. But I can honestly say that is not my business. It's not 702's business. Least of all is it Josh Abrams' fucking business, because let's not forget how many times Josh has been charged with domestic assaults. All right. Yeah. Thank you for that.
I'm sorry if I cut people off. I gotta kind of like start talking real quick when I turn my mic on because the.
No, it's fine.
Get it in.
You're not humming anymore.
I'm not humming no more.
No, you're not.
You sound fine.
Now that we
get it in, get it in.
It's a miracle.
Yeah.
Get it in.
I don't have anything to say now. Damn it.
Yeah.
Jump in.
My God.
Now he's quiet. Jesus.
Let's think. What am I wanting to say? Couldn't say.
Talk for 10 minutes. I got nothing to say now.
Here we go. 10 minutes.
I hate Josh.
I think it was extremely inappropriate from start to finish, for the whole panel. And, again, do I have any personal fond feelings for CFW? No, I don't really know her. But her home life is not anybody's business. And I think one of the most reprehensible things that you could possibly do is see some sort of indication that maybe things might not be copacetic there and decide to exploit that anyway, and then send the police over there. These people are just supposed to be anti-cop too, which not lost on me.
Not only that, but like say she was even. I don't think she was, but say she was beaten right like that night, and the cops came there and everything. Is she not justified to lie about that and handle it in private? And
it's her private business, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like what the fuck? Who the fuck is Josh Abrams to demand the truth from her?
Exactly.
Who's anybody?
If she wants
Josh
to lie
has
about
flirted
that,
with her multiple. Josh has flirted with her multiple times, and I just find it coincident that he just had this animosity against the husband right away. Right away he just had this animosity towards him. Like,
Josh thinks he's God's gift to women. I don't know why, but
I think to society at this point, really. And obviously, he's protesting, the AFA Nation, we don't play this shit. Like, come on, Josh. Like, we've seen your charges. We know they exist. You're the last person to protest this, nor, again, is it anyone's business. The responsible thing to do would have probably been to just backstage her and halt the conversation. Oh, God, more Glenn information. But, if you're not going to do that, then at the very least, let it die. There's no need to press her or, demand.
She didn't want to go on. She showed me text messages. She did not want to go on because the previous night she was on with these creepy people who were doing a dating game with her, and they were talking about anal sex and blowjobs, and she got pretty disrespected by that, and she did not want to go on the show at all. But guess who begged her to pride her to come on the show? She was literally 30 minutes late because she did not know. She wanted nothing to do with going on that show because she was already mad at them for the whole dating game bullshit. She's a married woman.
Speak to that.
Josh knows she's married and he's doing a dating game. I mean, how stupid can you be?
Yeah, he's disrespectful though, but I mean, I can't really, again, you know, if you're being unbiased, I can't speak to that either. If you don't want to go on somebody's panel, don't go on their panel. I don't know what else to tell you about that. But, you know, she did go on, long story short, and I'm sure, you know, part of the reason she didn't want to go on too was that her reputation took a battering, because obviously at this point we know at one point she had put 3 back-to-back copyright strikes on your channel, knowing what she was doing, and nuked it, right? And that's something that, you know, is just bullshit, because your videos were fair use, right? Like, they were fair use. But, you know, what he did beyond when she showed up to that panel is just wrong. Hi, Guaimito. I like how he straddles the fence here. He loves Josh Abrams, but he still seems to show up here too. We like you. We like you. We do. I'm not just saying that. But yeah, no, I mean, the entire thing was just terrible, absolutely terrible. And again, I hope that this woman is okay at home. If she's not, then, you know, I've been there plenty of times. You know, I'm not going to judge. It's not my business. It's
I'll publicly state that I absolutely hated the woman. My channel was already shut down, and I reached out to her, letting her know what happened with Josh and the whole marriage thing was disrespectful, vile, and unethical. And I think she saw a different side of me, knowing that I hated her when I did that for her. Because you know what? That's personal life. That's not this like YouTube shit. That's real life. And I reached out and I told her how wrong and just completely disrespectful it was, and unethical. She didn't even realize her address was on there. They knew her address was there, and they were just flaunting it. And then they're surprised about all the phone calls when the guy's phone number was on the screen.
Well, I mean, and again, and Abrams was, he was not correct in his assessment of doxing, because you intent or whatever else. But when you file a copyright strike, you have now put your information into public record. Whether Josh Abrams put that out on his stream or whether somebody with malintent decided to go look it up, right? As soon as, and she announced herself that she put those copyright strikes on and nuked the channel. She said numerous times, hey guys, let's go do this. I just did that. I did it because I hate the guy, whatever. You know, I don't know that I can blame Josh Abrams for that part of it. Like, if you put down a copyright strike, it better, number one, be a valid copyright strike, and you better understand that now your information is public. That's just, you know, unfortunately how that works.
The question,
yeah, but it wasn't public. But how was it public when only she had it?
Because it's public record.
They put it over the internet.
Yeah,
she showed it to us. She showed the records on the internet. But the thing
She
is,
showed the email.
right, but no,
Yeah,
the email is just the confirmation. What happens is that it actually goes into a registry, so it's public record at that point.
Your name, your
So she
address,
showed the
phone number,
email.
stuff like that.
Yep.
yeah.
Ooh.
I think what we've
That's
got.
why they wanted to do this in the first place with me, because they wanted to figure out who I am. There's just giant perverted fascination with who I really am.
They just want to put you in a corner, bro. That's the reason why.
It's that domination.
Because basically every time that you try to say anything to this freaking big-titted fuck, right? He's gonna freaking whip out your information out of his ass or under his titties, you know, from under his tits. And then he's just gonna be like, "Oh, I got your information, El Sancho."
Right, he likes to play this leverage game, and I really, you know, for every criticism that I do have of CFW, what was done to her was, you know, unacceptable, just absolutely unacceptable.
I agree.
I think we.
I know who Sancho is. He's Bono.
I think what we've got to start asking ourselves is what is Josh getting out of this? I mean, he's really going crazy on this power trip with these panels.
Money.
Oh, I'm not. I'm not Bono at all. I could have legally had my lawyer take care of it and sue the fuck out of 4 channels and shut them all down if I wanted to. But after the abuse she went under, I didn't think ethically that was the right thing to do, to kick her when she was down.
Well, you know what? In the last minute that we have here, sorry it's so rushed, guys, this week, but I will say this publicly, and I will stand behind it too. And I know that Sandra and I have this conversation. I am not down with frivolous fucking copyright strikes. I am not down for trying to rip somebody's anonymity away on the internet if that's what they choose to do. From here on out, if anyone wants to file a frivolous claim on Sancho's channel or anybody else that I know of, I will personally assign myself to be your representative. I will put
Get
my
'em.
information on behalf of you. And it doesn't mean I own the copyright. It means that I am a legal representative, though. And then you can go ahead and send any court paperwork if you're going to go through with it through me. And if I have to arrange for a lawyer at that point, I will do so as well because we have lots of friends. So that's the problem solved. Whether it's CFW, Abrams, News New England, Ice Cold Water, any of you people, it's not just us. Now, if you go after any of us on a frivolous copyright claim when the video is clearly fair use, then you're not going to force anybody's information out. If they can't put their own information out there, I will lend them mine instead. End of story.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You go, Kate.
Yeah. End of story.
Hell yeah. You know it.
Kate's fired up.
All right. So that is it because we have to go.
And don't worry, y'all. I'm coming back with a vengeance soon. Don't worry, y'all.
Excellent. Excellent.
By the way, somebody needs to tell Josh to shut the fuck up because his fucking singing is awful.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my god.
Kate, Josh is very worried about me joining you. Any reason why, Kate?
I would assume that you have the charisma that we lack and we have the resources, so that's probably a deadly combination.
And well, everybody, like, share, and subscribe to Masshole Report.
Yeah, Josh said the other.
Is
Josh
that the
said,
real? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Josh said the other day, Mathol was his #1 enemy.
Yeah, well, unfortunately for him, he's only like our number 4 at this point.
Is that the real Justin Emo Howling Wolf?
Yeah, we do have to wrap it up. It's about 8 billion degrees in here, and I have to get back to my family. But thanks for coming on, everybody.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back next week with a little bit more leeway.
Thank you.
After party, my guys.
Thanks,
after party.
Kate.
All right, yeah, we're in Discord after party. I'll be driving back to my campsite.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
All right,
Bye-bye.
good night.
After party in that Discord, homies. Yeah.
Later.
End it.
Later.